started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning he's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
Play action, now it's Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. 27 yards there, a first down.
And this is exactly the kind of drive we're hoping for out of the gates. They're mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return is Xavier Gibson. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by Zach Wilson, former second overall pick, now in his third season out of BYU.
And what was really attractive about Zach Wilson coming out of college, coming out of BYU, his ability to create and make plays when many people thought they didn't exist. But what's been even better is watch him improve in the pocket, able to hit the back foot, make the right read, and the right throws.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Caught by Cobb. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stopped him. So now he brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. This pass out wide to Hall. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, Right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Wilson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. On fourth down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Tua sets up to pass it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield, because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They set up the screen. H.N. has it. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jets will take over. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. They'll give to Hall. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Throwing is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Little short pass here to Hill. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
3rd and 3. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. It's Hill, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2 yards to go, second down. 2 to throw again. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And Hill is going to have the Dolphins first down as he'll get it down inside the 25. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Sanders' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to John. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They fake the handoff, now Tua. Got a man, it's Berrios complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Tua gonna throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
Now Tua. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
But there's something that goes back to the early years of his career. Remember, he had 3 touchdowns in each of his first couple of seasons. None last year as they've tried to dial back his running, especially down close to the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New York set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Paul ought to give up the middle. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Down to the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Allen Lazard, 67 yards. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game, 1st and 10 here. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. Now the ball comes loose, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
New York set to take the field. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Straight ahead is Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Play action. It's Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Let's go, let's go. That's the end of the third quarter of play with the score Dolphins 17, Jets 10.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Allen Lazard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3. Now the rookie 3rd-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Here's 2nd down. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Now Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Plenty of time left, plus all 3 timeouts. Here's 1st and 10. Tua. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Tua. Mostert will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Throwing Tua. They'll run with Mostert. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
This is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with the touchdown run to take the lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's Wilson and the Jets. Down 24-17. 34 seconds to go. They've got to travel to full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Now Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Throwing now is Wilson. It's complete. Lazard. And he will make his way out of bounds. That stops the clock, but they'll have something else to consider now. It's 4th down here. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That is caught. And they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time not an ally. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort